Alright, and what's going on, guys? Geargiaa TV here, back with another Hunter x Hunter reaction review, this time for chapter 365. If you want to go ahead and skip straight to the review and not watch me stutter this entire episode, go ahead and click the timestamp down below, or click the time, or scroll to the time on screen right now. I can't talk, but that's the beauty of it. I can't speak English, I can't speak any language, so let's go. So we kind of pick off last time where Kurapika's left with the choice of picking between three princes that are calling at the same time. This chapter is even called chapter 365 choice. Funny, I didn't even realize that until now. So he has to decide which one he would choose. If it were up to me, if you look at their faces, you'd probably want to pick probably pick Benjamin's face, because Benjamin looks really fucking mad, bro. And everyone else is like has a normal face, and Benjamin has like a fucking evil ass intent face. So yeah, and then he's like, three princes calling at the same time, who should I answer first? That's Kurapika's voice, you know, normal Kurapika voice. And then, you know, it starts, boom. I want to see how many pages are in this chapter. That's always very important to me. All right, see, this is a good chapter, 24 pages. Last chapter was 20 pages, Togashi. You kind of screwed us over there. All right, so just a bunch of pictures. All right, the first prince, Benjamin, knows full well that his own soldier was killed, which means that we are already in a state of war against him. But despite that, why would he send another assassin to and want to talk to us at the same time? The reason the other two are trying to contact us is probably the same, for information about the Nen beasts. And if they're trying to gather information about them, then that probably means there were no Nen users among their own soldiers. That supports my hypothesis that both those princes probably decided not to rely on Hunter Association for bodyguards, and instead had their own private soldiers receive temporary associate licenses. I have no shortage of things I'd like to discuss with them, but we simply lack enough information on either of those two other princes. I can't imagine what they would go out of their way to call out just a declaration of war. The fact that I made contact with the first princess probably put pressure on the other princes. So, you know, Kurapika is just really thinking about which decision to choose. Shimano asks the soldier waiting outside to please wait a moment and tell the switchboard operator to please connect me to the first prince. Yes, sir. Bill, stay by the door and keep watch on the soldier outside. Depending on how our conversation goes, fighting may break out right away. Can you handle Gil? Leave it to me. I'll put a stop to anything that might happen. Yo, Bill, come on, bro. You guys know, if you guys been watching all of my reviews, there's a playlist down below, by the way, if you haven't seen them, you know, shameless plug. Since chapter 361 or 360, I'm not sure, but I've been liking Bill a lot, so, you know, that's important. If they've taken the bait I laid in making them, then I'm a manipulator. Then they won't be able to make any careless moves. So I don't know who's saying that. It seems like it would be, I don't know, actually. I don't know who's saying that. That's like the little hard part about manga. Sometimes it's kind of hard to follow who's saying exactly what. Hello? This is the most exceptional honor, prioritizing me over the first Prince Benjamin? Zhang Lei? Ooh, he wanted to talk to Benjamin. Just... He just freaking looks at like the freaking bodyguard who's like looks lost as shit, but it's probably in on the plan this entire time. Pardon my asking, but would you mind telling me something? Why would you choose me over the first prince? To be perfectly honest, I thought you would be the most open to discussion. So he's just kind of he's going along with the flow, my boy Kurapika. Ooh. And what did you base that assumption on? I'm sorry, but I can't answer that, because it likely has to do with the information that you want from me. About Nen? Very well, let's jump to the matter at hand then. As you have surmised, I want as much information as I can get about Nen, but of course there's no way to ensure our privacy is maintained over the phone. Thus, I would like to give you permission to enter our room. How about it, in exchange of honor and information? Just as I'd expect of something of loyal lineage, he won't let us take the upper hand in any whatsoever. Okay, so I accept your gracious invitation, but just one thing. Would you please allow 14th Prince Wawa and 8th Queen Oito to accompany me? Because they and then it shows like to reiterate that if he missed out, that she does carry the little Nen thing from Kurapika, which has the other dude's Nen, which you can like spray the ball of energy to get any little things to do your bidding. I don't know to describe it. It doesn't have the good name. It doesn't have a good name. It doesn't have a correct name. It doesn't have any name, actually. Of course, they are both welcome as always. I wouldn't even dream of having us siblings fight amongst each other for an instant. Well, then I shall ring you in on the intercoms in just a minute. Click operator, connect me to the first prince. He has already hung up. Shit. Kurapika's like, damn it. What I like about this arc, too, is it's Kurapika's, like, first, you know, shining since the York New arc, right? Because, you know, yeah, he was in everything, right? But, you know, he hasn't really had a spotlight. Like, when he fucking hunted down Uvogan, that was, like, fucking amazing, right? Shall I connect you to the 5th Prince Tubepepe right away? Hello, this is Kurapika. This is 2nd Lieutenant Mayor under the direct authority of 15th Prince Tubepepe. We are prepared to offer an agreement in a truce in exchange for information on End Beasts. Will you accept? So, okay, so Zhang Lei is the blackish guy. Tubepepe is the... I'm trying to scroll back to see it. Tubepepe is like the guy with glasses, and Benjamin's the first prince. So first prince, Zhang Lei didn't... I really recall him saying which prince it is. And then 8th Prince Tubepepe. So yeah, I think it's 5th Prince Zhang Lei. Alright, sorry. This is how I read things live, you know. Just being realistic with myself. I like to go back and get correct information. And you wouldn't care about my interaction with the other princes. Your situation is of no concern to us. Well, then I accept your offer. The prince has entrusted me with full responsibility for this matter. We won't do anything to break the agreement on our own, but depending on what you do, there are certain situations that may nullify it. That's fine. We would like to avoid any conflict if possible. Understood, then I will head over to your room. I'm sorry, but could you just give us a little bit of time? I believe I already told you. Your situation is of no concern to us. We do not believe that you're the only person who possesses information about Nen, and the agreement will take place the moment you receive information. Do you understand? So that's how you want it? I do, but we're presently dealing with a problem. The first prince's private soldier is stationed outside the door, though I suppose I could just invite you in while ignoring the first prince's man. After all, how the first prince will interpret the situation is no concern to us. Do you understand? Very well. How will we will contact you again in an hour. And that's how Kurapika plays. If you have not resolved the problem by then our agreement is off. Click. Bill, look after the queen. Alright, no response from him at the door at all. Shimano, come here and look me in the eyes. Oh shit. He's onto it. So Shimano's probably controlled like by a parasite or something. So Shimano is a little... I don't know what you would call her. I don't really recall her being very important if it's even a girl. Again, I'm not assuming genders. It's 2017. If you assume genders, you're gonna get, you know, roasted. So this guy is outside the door, which is like Prince Benjamin's assassin boy. He looks pretty dope. Like, not gonna lie, he looks pretty fucking cool. He looks very kakui. Why? Why did you connect me to the 3rd prince? Okay, so it was 3rd Prince Zhang Lei instead of 1st Prince Benjamin. I too wanted to do my very best to try to survive. The 1st prince is a cruel, cold-hearted person. He is not the kind of person that would ever be swayed by any kind of negotiating or even pleading for life. He also isn't the kind of person that would speak directly to commoners. The person would have spoken on the phone would have either probably been the one in charge of his soldiers, Sergeant Might, which is the other black guy without the dots. Okay, so I was actually thinking for some reason that his first prince and her first soldier in charge, whatever, Sergeant Might, was Zhang Lei, because they look pretty similar. Not because they're black, but just they look very similar. But Zhang Lei does have the 6 dots on his head, so that's how you can interpret that. So he is the 6th. And I guess Tubepepe is actually the 5th, and I'm not kidding, because the queen is the 8th. So many fucking things. So many things, Togashi. Why? Why you do this to us? You guys have probably already roasted me already from the earlier calculations. Any discussions or negotiations had already been broken down earlier with the death of his subordinate. With that, we only had one piece of business left with us. To show respect to how faithful we were to our employer, the queen, he will let us choose our method of death. I have no interest in how I'm going to die. All I want to do is live. And that's why I connected you with 3rd Prince Zhang Lei. That's pretty, you know, that's fair. That's fair, I'll be honest. He is tolerant and generous enough that he would take the phone himself to negotiate directly with us, but prideful and not so tolerant that he would wait to be spoken to a second and not hang up. While he would like to avoid killing one another if it came down to it, he would not hesitate in the slightest. He is someone who is both kind and cruel at the same time. That is my impression of the 3rd Prince Zhang Lei. Furthermore, if we could not negotiate with him without harming his impression of us or his mood, at the very least he won't target us until we are fewer princes left. So then you connected me with him in the 1st in order to best ensure your safety? Yes, sir. 5th Prince Tubepepe is not the type that would speak on the phone himself, but he has very strong critical opinions on how he would present the kingdom should be. The reason he participating in this battle is to stop the higher princes from taking control of the throne. Once he accomplishes that, he will be able to negotiate with the king, and he will have the political power to gain amnesty for the lower princes. I decided that even if we picked 3rd Prince Zhang Lei first and made him wait, he wasn't the kind of person that would interpret that as disrespect. Okay. Indeed, up until now, all Shimono's judgments have been accurate. Then let me ask you this. As for the 1st Prince soldier who's waiting outside, what do you think we should do with him? We can't make him stay out there. Being an upper-ranking soldier who is also part of the king's personal army, he has come here under the name of national defense to protect and observe. If we refuse him, the queen, the prince, all of us will be detained by the royal army. Excuse me. And once we are the first princess soldiers will accompany us, all he needs is one single opening, just a moment, and he'll construct a scenario where the queen, being frantic and in a mental state of anguish, killed herself along with the prince. The reason he hasn't taken any actions despite having been made to wait this long is he already knows exactly what it is he should do. The longer this abnormal situation goes on, the easier it will be for them to lay the groundwork for that scenario. Shimono, thank you. I will be needing your advice. Please tell me anything you think of. Yes, sir. Kurapika, it's about time. I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. The queen was making preparations to go out. To go out? We're about to head to third Prince Zhang Lei's room. Of course, we were invited by the prince himself. Will you accompany us? No. I'm going to be in the third prince's area. I'll leave things in your care. Meanwhile, I'll wait here in the room. I'll be fine. I won't go down so easily. Kurapika, are you going to go with your eyes like that? No, I'll be wearing contacts. So I guess his eyes are actually the scarlet color. Forgot what that was called. So they're gonna leave Bill there with the assassin, bro. I don't like this shit. I do not like the situation. If the French Prince Tubepepe calls, tell him that the problem has been solved. I'll be in contact as soon as the negotiations are finished. Please don't kill Bill. Please, Togashi, don't do this to me, dog. I swear to God. So it opens up. All right, they have like their little. Everyone's the same fucking height, like the three guys. Well, the assassin's a little taller and Bill's slightly taller than Kurapika, but not much. Take care. After you. What the hell? Where'd those guys come from? Okay. Those are 4th Princess Setterich's quarters. Okay, so that's 4th Princess Setterich's quarters. Setterich. Oh, he's 4th Prince. Okay, so who's 2nd Prince? So we know Benjamin's 1st, Zhang Lei's 3rd, Setterich is 4th. Setterich, whatever, but you know what I meant. And then 5th Prince is Tubepepe. Second's probably a queen, I would say. 3 people have arrived and entered the room. Welcome. Please have a seat. Take whichever one you like. I apologize for the meager hospitality, but if you don't mind, I'd like to move on without worrying about such needless things. Thank you for your consideration. Well then, let's get right to that information of yours. Nen refers to the ability to invoke superhuman power with your willpower. Using these powers can see things that are normally invisible and also use otherwise extraordinary powers. There are very few people that are able to use this power. Kurapika is probably directing this explanation to me. Within this tense situation, he's trying to make sure that I don't panic. Oh, shit. Oh my gosh. His Nen Beast is fucking sick, too. Oh, nice. Yeah, I like his Nen Beast a lot. It's fucking giving the stare down to the fucking 8th. It's giving her the stare down, bro. Like, you know when you type the _dash face? That's this nigga's face right now. This succession war is a survival race using Nen abilities. All of the princes were unknowingly given Nen powers. Oh? Those are the Nen Beasts, the word that was broadcast on the emergency channel earlier. I believe they are activated through the jar ceremony. Now, the information I'm about to give you is of extreme importance. Enough to affect the outcome of the succession war. Alright, so a war of information. Bodyguard Slacker, 2nd Queen Dazul's soldier. So it is 2nd Queen Dwazul's. And then Bodyguard Conventoba, 1st Prince Benjamin's private soldier. So, okay, so it's showing you who's there. Okay, so it is 2nd Queen Dwazul. Okay, that's at least information that I would like to remember. I'll probably forget by next week, so it's okay. Don't worry about it, guys. Are you sure that you wish to have this conversation here? And it ends. And then it's so Serednik with his fucking Nen Beast as a picture. And then, like, the 4 OG squad. Wow. Wow, that was a really good chapter. That was a really good chapter. We get Shimona, right? I think that's her name. Gives Shimona. Oh, I was Shimano. Shimano, not Shimona. Shimano. Her information is really smart. Apparently, I don't know if she's being controlled or not, because she did have, like, blank eyes, kind of, right? When earlier on in the chapter, when she decided to, like, pick the wrong person. Not really blank eyes, more like derpy eyes. When she decided to connect Kurapika to 3rd Prince Zhang Lei rather than 1st Prince Benjamin, like Kurapika wanted. But she did give her reasons after, and they were pretty intelligent reasons, to be fair. Like, all of her predictions and / her judgment calls were all correct, right? Like, they weren't anything like crazy. Like, they weren't anything that, you know, were incorrect. They were all correct, and they were all very smart choices for her survival, because she just doesn't want to die. Which he, I don't know. Again, you know, Togashi, I fucking know. She doesn't want to die. Therefore, you know, it made it. I'm not gonna just assume it made, you know, pretty good judgment calls to ensure its survival and the survival of others. Really, we get a little more interaction with Kurapika. He's actually going to talk to Zhang Lei now, which He's probably going to have to give him a lot more information on his Nen Beast. We see Zhang Lei's Nen Beast as well, which is some cool, like, almanac, sun almanac looking thing. You know, pretty cool in my opinion. But, you know, at the end of the day, we'll see how all of this plays out. We still have, we learned a little more information about all the princes thanks to Shimano, because Shimano, you know, says that Benjamin is just ruthless. Zhang Lei is very nice and very ruthless, and the fifth one just does not want the older ones to get it, and he's more of a political kind of guy regardless, right? But I do like the interactions, man. I just love Bill and Kurapika's chemistry. I don't know why. Like, it's not much, but since they're the only two left, like, their fucking interactions have been really good. Shimano's really good, and I do want to see how this first prince, Benjamin's assassin, is going to deal with Bill, because I do believe they're going to get into a fight. There's no way that they're not going to get into a fight. Whether it's a fatal fight or not, I hope it's not, because I like both characters a little. I like Bill a lot too, but I think Bill is just not, he's not going to make it, honestly. If it was up to me, I would say Bill's not going to make it. If I look down, it's because I'm looking at the chapters again. I'm just kind of scrolling through everything to see if I missed anything. The Nen Beast seems to actually understand that the 8th queen does have like a Nen power to use, in my opinion. Like, it's just fucking staring her down, like, with the fucking _dash face. And then they're gonna give some conversation about Nen, but they do have a Prince Benjamin, and the first prince and second queen's like bodyguards there to ensure, with like little walkie-talkie things, you know, that security people have. So if you want to talk about it, the first, second, and third royalty will hear it. So that's why I think Kurapika is going to be very selective. He's going to have the conversation, I believe. I don't think Kurapika is the kind of guy to like back out or ask them to leave. I think he's going to give them information, but he's going to give them information with a twist. Like, you know, so far the generic thing he said about Nen was correct, but he's probably going to give them a little, like, you know, I'm just going to, you know, a couple sprinkle on a little bit of white lies, just so, because I know 3 people are hearing, you know, if I can trick 3 of them, maybe that gives an upper hand in the future to other people, right? And overall, just a good chapter. This was a really good chapter. I like this chapter a lot better than last week's chapter, and I'm hoping next week's chapter is a little better. But yeah, pretty much I would rate this chapter very well. I actually like this chapter, you know. Again, I wish I could just binge read and read a lot more chapters than just this one, but you know, we take what we can have, right? So hopefully you guys enjoyed this reaction review of Hunter x Hunter chapter 365. If you enjoyed, hit it with the like button, hit it with the subscribe button, hit it with the comment button, hit it with a Twitter follow. I don't know, do whatever you want to do. Just fucking dislike and exit out the video if you hated the video. I don't know, show me that you hated it. And yeah, catch you guys on Hunter x Hunter chapter 366 review. Togashi, please make it good. Don't kill Bill. That's all I ask. Thank you. Arigato.